Hey there, it's Pete, GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day, and talk to you a little bit about today about something that, man, so many people deal with. We got it here in North Carolina, and I know dang good well you probably have it too, red clay. Now, clay is one of them things where it's kind of good and it's bad. And what I mean is, when it rains and that water is able to penetrate that clay, the clay holds on to the water longer than pretty much any soil I know. Well, the bad thing about clay is once it gets wet and that big ball of goodness hits it and dries it up, it gets hard as a rock. I mean, like a brick. Literally, it can get that hard. You ever watch that guy on TV when he's making that pot? He's got that big chunk of mud, that big chunk of clay, and he's on a wheel, and he's putting his thumb in there and kind of molding it and shaping it up and all. And they put it in the oven, and they cook it. And once they cook it, and that heat hits it, it dries, it sucks all the moisture out of it, it gets hard as a brick. Well, see, that's exactly what happens in your yard. The exact same thing. That water rains during the spring of the year, fall of the year, that clay is able to absorb that moisture and take it in, right? You follow me? It gets hot, dry, sun's cooking down on the yard, ground gets hard as a daggone rock. So why is this whole decompaction thing even an issue? Why, I mean, what the heck does hard ground got to do with anything? Well, one, that root system of that nice turf grass you're trying to grow has a difficult time fighting its way down into the soil. See, those roots grow in the dirt and they like to go deep. A deeper root system means a healthier turf, right? Now, how does that relate to compaction and water? All right, now if you got rock hard ground, I know you've seen it 100 times, is when it rains, that water will run off of the dirt, right? It doesn't soak in the dirt where it needs to be. Well, by putting these humates and these humic acids on your yard over the course of time, you will see that change. That water will start penetrating the soil and going deep. Now, what does that do for your turf? Well, when that water goes down deep, all right, that root system is going to chase that water. It's going to go after it, okay? That's one of the reasons we preach infrequent watering with an irrigation system, but when you do water, you water deep, because we want that water to penetrate down, go really deep, 1, 2 foot in the ground, whatever, go deep, all right, get the point? And those roots are going to chase that water. And when you got a deeper, thicker, denser, deeper root system, the plant is just going to do that much better. But one of the main reasons I'm talking about this now is water penetration. All right, man, that's kind of like a brick. That's hard right there. If I took a cup of water and poured it on here, all it's going to do is run off the sides. Well, the more of these humic acid products you use, what's going to happen is it fractures. Well, for lack of better words, it will fracture the soil, put all these little microscopic channels all through the dirt, so that when you do get water, when you run your irrigation, when it rains, that water is able to penetrate down into the soil. Look at that stuff. Well, we got plenty of that around here. I mean, we got tons of it. But hey, don't take my word on it. You know, you got this cat telling you about these humic acid things, and I've done this and done that for so long. Don't take my word on it. Let me show you. See, one of the downfalls of the soil being compacted is when we do get rain, or when you do run your irrigation, the water wants to sit on top. It doesn't soak into the ground. It doesn't seep down into the root zone and past the root zone like it ought to. The ground's just hard. It can't do that. It's kind of like taking water, a cup of water, and trying to pour it on a piece of concrete or a cinder block. The water just sheds right off of it. Well, the more of these humic products you put in the ground, the more it opens up the pores in the soil, allowing that water to infiltrate. Now here we go. I got a soil compaction tester right here. This thing is, I'm 6'1", and you can see it comes up to about right here. So I'm gonna guess that's roughly 2.5, 3 feet maybe, something like that. I'm gonna walk to you, and I'm gonna put this thing in the ground, and I'm gonna bury it, just like that. Now keep in mind, I got North Carolina red clay, and it's hard as a rock at times, but not in this yard it ain't. There's a hard spot, but watch this. A little bit of effort. Hey, what I want you to do is go get you a compaction tester and see if you can do that in your yard. Hey, if you want to start working on some of them compaction issues and stuff, pick you up some Humic 12 at gciturfacademy.com, and hey, you'll be on your way to getting your compaction right.